Hi boys and girls, today we're going to be creating a Notan heart. Your first thing you're going to get to do is decide what color you want your background to be. Either you're going to choose black or white. Doesn't matter to me, but the color of your heart should determine the background color. So if you're planning on doing a very pale pink heart, you don't want to pick white because that's not enough contrast. Black would be a better contrast with the light pink. There's a brighter pink in here. If you chose this more magenta pink, this would be great with the white because it's more of a dark pink compared to the white paper. This one I think could go either way though. Look, it looked great with the black as well. So this one could go either way. It's kind of a medium pink. But the pale colors, the very, very light colors like yellow or pale pink, these, now that's an electric yellow, so you could almost get away with that one. But if it's a really pale yellow, you probably don't want to pick that and have white, okay? Most colors will go with either one. Okay, so you're going to choose one color. I think I'm going to do red today. And Mrs. Walker will have, and red could go either way too. Like I could use white or black. I think I like it better with the white though, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to select one piece of white paper. And before you start cutting anything, I would like you to put your name and class code. And remember, we're practicing doing it at the bottom of our paper, so I'm going to write Mrs. Walker down here. Class code. Make sure to put your class code and circle it. I'm going to flip it over. And then I want you to fold this in half. It doesn't really matter which direction you fold it. We need this center fold line is going to help you to line things up here, okay? So I've got my paper ready. It's got a little fold line to help guide me. Then I've selected my half sheet of paper. The half sheet of paper, we need this to be half of a heart. So I have tracers for the half heart that you can just use one if you need to. Trace around it. And then you're going to cut out that heart, or half of a heart. Try to stay right along your pencil line. And when you're done, you're going to glue the frame down. So this is going to go on this side. And actually, if I wanted to, I could have this be on this side and my heart be on. It doesn't really matter. But decide where you want your frame to be. This framing of a heart. Okay, so this would be the negative space of the heart where there's really no paper there, so we're laying it on, it creates that side. And like I said, you could do it this way. I could glue it down here if I want to. Okay, but your job now is to get that glued down, and I just realized I don't have a glue stick, so I'm going to grab one. Hold on. Okay, I am back with my glue stick. Go ahead and put the glue on here and get this one stuck down. And then I'm ready to start cutting out my shapes. Line this up with the outside edge of your paper, and it should line right up. If I have it correctly in here, it should line right up with the fold line. Okay, and I'm going to close this for now because I'm not using it yet. All right, now we're going to be cutting some shapes out of just this straight edge, okay? So you can do any shape you want. I am going to draw like a lightning bolt. So I'm going to go zigzag in, and then I'm going to zigzag back out. So whatever you cut, it has to start at this edge and go in and come back out. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done it on here because I don't want pencil marks. So go ahead and cut out your first shape. Try to stay right on those lines. Do you have to do a lightning bolt or zigzag lines? No, you can do whatever shape you want. I just want to show you a few interesting ones that I have tried. Okay, and once you have your first shape cut out, you're going to lay your heart back into this space. I usually lay this right in here too, like it's a puzzle piece. Just line this up with this so you have the right place. And then you're going to put glue on this side of your piece right there. And then I usually use the glue stick to pick it up and flip it over. And I want to line it up right on the fold line with that open space. Okay, Now I'm ready to do another shape. So I'm going to move this over here. This time I'm going to do something that kind of curves. You can't cut all the way to the edge though, okay? So whatever you do, you can go in, circle around, and then go back out. Okay, so I'm going to try, that almost looks like a little hand or paw, maybe a wing even, cartoon wing. All right, and actually try to stay just on the outside of your pencil lines, because I'm noticing that if I stay on the outside of the pencil lines, it's going to be flipped over and I won't even see this pencil. But for the last one, that zigzag one, look what happened here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but because, I'm going to zoom it up in here. You see how you can still see my pencil lines right there? So probably I should have tried to cut that out and then it would have been flipped over and I wouldn't be able to see it. But I didn't, so I'm stuck with it. All right, go ahead and line this up again. It's important that each time you do this, you line up the corners with the corners and against the fold line. Very important. And then put your piece back in, because we want to be sure we put glue on the correct side. So it's like a puzzle. Put it back in the puzzle, then put the glue on, and then I can use my glue stick. Well, I could. I got to put that back in. I can use my glue stick to flip it over or pick it up for me. And then remember, you're going to line it up with the opening that's right across from the same shape, and glue it down. Isn't that cool? All right, now I have one more. I have another space here, so I'm just going to do one more shape here. I could do a heart inside a heart, actually, but I don't think I will. But I could. I'm going to do something kind of like a heart, though. Maybe like a weird double heart. Actually, I think I'm going to make that rounder. Make it come down and around. I want to make this a really interesting shape. I haven't really tried. Oh, man, yeah, I haven't done any curvy lines, have I? I should do curves. Let's make it curve like that. Okay. And then go ahead and cut that out. And remember to be creative with this. Remember, oh, and stay, like I'm noticing I need to stay on the outside of that pencil line or I'm going to be able to see it, aren't I? I guess I could just get my eraser out. And I do want you to do that. When you're done gluing everything down, if you can still see pencil lines, get your eraser out, that big eraser, and try to clean it up a little bit. I'm going to try to clean this up before I glue it down, maybe, so that I don't have glue squishing out. I will clean that one up. Okay, so back into the middle. Ooh, I got to clean that up too, don't I? Thanks. Lots of cleanup to do here. Okay, place it back down. Get your glue on there. Whoa. And then making sure everything's in the right place before I do this. Uh-oh, did I rip something off? Oh, it's just stuck down. I was going to say, that doesn't fit. It should fit perfectly with that open space. Oops. Okay, and then before I do anything else, let me see if I can find, oh, here, I got an eraser. I'm going to try to clean up my pencil lines here. Ooh, you got to be gentle so you don't rip your paper. Be careful. I guess if I rip it, I could always just glue it down. No one would probably be able to see, but it would be better if I didn't rip it, right? Okay, then the last step is to make sure, you know, figure out which side is the front. This is the front, so I'm going to put my glue on the back. And I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm ready to take a picture and put this in my Artsonia account. Pretty easy peasy, right? Definitely a one-day project here. Not too challenging, but very fun. All right, and just this is important. For it to really look good, you will need to, again, line up those, line up the edge with the open spaces. So I'm making sure that this lines up with this, and this lines up with this open space. You're going to get the coolest effect, oops, if you do that. All right, now I'm ready to take a picture. Not too shabby, right?